Do I still think Etsy is worth it? Where are my numbers right now? Well, let's dive into this video and we're gonna go over my April stats and see if I continued a trend of going down like I did in March, or was I able to turn it around and bring my numbers up? Hi guys, Lyneida here from No Friend Left Behind. Hope everybody is having a wonderful week so far. Maybe all of you guys have been curious after my last video, where are my numbers for the month of April? Did I bring my numbers back up and did I end the month strong, or did I flop again? Well, let's dive into my stats and see what happened. So first, let's go over my stats for the year 2024, April 2024, to see how I did in comparison to the previous year and what those numbers were to prepare us for looking at April's 2025 stats. Okay, so for April of the year 2024, I had a total number of visits of 2,742, which was actually a 31% decrease in comparison to 2023. I had a total of 68 orders, which was a 66% increase in comparison to 2023. I had a 2.5% conversion rate, which was a 141% increase in comparison to 2023. And interesting enough, I had a revenue of $3,835.99, which was actually a tiny decrease from 2023 of 2%. Now, the thing I think was that I got decreased is that I had more single orders in April 2024 than what I had in April 2023. In 2023, it's kind of where my shop exploded. And for the month of March and April, I had a lot of group sales. But for whatever reason, last year I had more orders, but I also had more single shirt orders, which is why I think the revenue didn't increase. If anything, it decreased that 2%. Okay, so let's look finally at my stats for April 2025. Did I do better? I did not. I dropped again in comparison to April of 2024. So my numbers have continued to go down. So I had a total, this one is interesting, and I think we saw this in one of the other months. I can't remember if it was March or not, but my visits were 2,870, which was actually, I mean, it's tiny, but it was actually a 5% increase. So I had more people visiting my shop and looking at my shop than I did the previous year. The previous year had gone down. So for this year, I actually had a few more people look at my shop. I had a total of 54 orders, which was a 21% decrease from 2024. My conversion rate dropped as well, 1.9%, which was a 24.1% decrease in comparison to the previous year. And my revenue also decreased from where it was. It decreased 17%. And so I had a revenue of $3,177.67. What can I say about it? Honestly, I'm still a little bit at a loss for what's going on with my shop. There's been that conversation that maybe because you've been adding and putting effort into a niche that you don't really sell in, that's slowed down some of the algorithm and Etsy throwing out what you normally sell out there. But what I'm still selling is the same things that I normally always sell. I have gotten lucky with a couple of designs that I've put up. There was one design that I put up one night, I sold it the next day. And then over the weekend, I know now we're in May, but over the weekend, I had put a design up last week and somebody emailed me about that design this weekend. So I feel like I'm putting out good designs. I'm definitely putting out better designs, because even that, I don't think I've ever had where somebody within a handful of days is writing to me about a listing that I just put up a few days before. And I've never had a sale of a design that I put up the next morning. At least I don't recall that ever happening to me. So I'm really, really confused as to what is going on with my shop and why it's down as much and that it has not continued to go up. And sneak peek into my May, I'm also down. So I am definitely continuing a trend. I'm listing I'm listing like crazy. Last week I listed a lot of things. So I haven't given up yet. And I'm still really interested to see where my shop is going to go, especially now in the summer months. And as we start preparing for fourth quarter, is this going to continue to just be a trend for my shop, whereas the rest of the year I'm going to be down? Or am I going to be able to make a quick turnaround before fourth quarter? Even if my numbers are still down in the summer, I do not want to see the months of fourth quarter, the 3 months of fourth quarter, to be down. I want those numbers to be up. If nothing else, if the rest of these months have to be down for whatever reason, let them be down. But I do not want to see fourth quarter. There's just something about fourth quarter I really want to break into. Maybe because I also love Christmas and the holidays so much. Like I really want to break into and like sell a lot of different Christmas designs. It's exciting for me. But I really want to see fourth quarter grow. And so if nothing else, I want those months to really see an increase in my shop in comparison to last year. So what am I doing right now to help my shop? Well, maybe I'm not doing the right things, being transparent. Maybe I'm not designing the right things. Maybe I'm not in the right niches that I should be. I will tell you the things that I'm following. One main thing I'm following is Shauna's general niche calendar. I have it up. And I'm trying, other than the main niches that are profitable for me, I'm trying to follow what it says so that I design according to what I should be designing, and I should be finishing designing in that area when I should be finishing. So am I perfect with it? No. Maybe I've started late on a couple of things, but I still try to like at least put some things out there so they're out there. The next main thing that I've put in my head to be a goal is I really want to be more involved. I want to watch more the content in Simply Shauna's membership. Just last week, I watched somewhat of a trend video that she kind of gave us an assignment on. And it was about a specific trend that's out and try to come up with new versions of it so that we add value to the market in something that has a lot of bestsellers, but we change it around. There's something about that activity that actually fueled a fire in me last week. So I was actually even at work and I had seen the video and I started designing. And when I got home, I started designing. I got really excited about it. Will they go anywhere? Who knows? I'm hoping that those designs actually push something new into my shop that is actually going to be something that people are looking for, and that they kind of like blow up a little bit and I get a lot of sales. I don't know. There's something about that activity that really just fueled me. And I also want to say thank you to a lot of people from the community within Shauna's membership. I feel so seen and supported in that membership. And I think that's the whole point of what Shauna is trying to create within her membership, but also what we've tried to create with our community here with NFLB, and really trying to support each other. And so everybody who is in that membership or who is not in that membership but has supported me through comments, but even has written to me in the membership, like I want to say a really amazing thank you, like just thank you. There's just something special when somebody takes the time to validate and to encourage. It feels good to be seen, and it feels good to be cared for in a way. And I love that we can give that to each other. So if anybody already enjoys the community that we've kind of tried to build here within our YouTube channel, and feel close to us and feel connected and have enjoyed our lives and all of that, I truly do encourage you guys to sign up for that membership, because being a part of it has, through these months of going down on my numbers, has actually truly helped keep me going, because there have been many days and several weeks where I look at my numbers, I look at my sales, and I see the red percentage still down, even though I had been designing and doing all these things where honestly I don't even feel like designing. I don't feel like putting anything up, because what's the point? Honestly, what's the freaking point? That's how I feel. but I released my video, or I've written back to comments, or even I've joined into some of the discussions in the membership, and I always get a response from someone. I always get a response. And honestly, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing to see how much they just want to encourage. And so just thank you. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of it, who has encouraged me. I really appreciated it. And I've needed it more than I thought that I needed it. That activity from last week has made me excited to watch more videos, to watch more content of what she's putting out there. She spends a lot of time researching trends and giving us those trends in that membership. And honestly, I'm ready to start designing and really trying to feed my shop with more things and doing more research so that I could put better things out there and really turn this around. If nothing else, I really want to turn it around for fourth quarter. So what am I doing to try to turn my shop around? Honestly, I'm listing. I know I've said it before, but I'm listing. And the main thing that I'm going to be making a change in these upcoming weeks is watching more content from Shauna's membership so that I can really focus on the trends that are out there and actually try to put them into practice and put them in my shop. That's, I think, right now the best thing I can do aside from my market research that I can do on Etsy. It's the things that are out there that Shauna is giving us. It's kind of like having our little Etsy nights, but available at our fingertips on the computer or on our phone, and seeing the encouragement of what she posts and the different videos and the different content that she puts out there, and even the meetings. And honestly, I haven't been able to set up or be at any in these last several months of like lives or even like batching sessions that she's had. But she always puts the videos out, records them, and has them to be replayed. Now, I don't know what's going on. For whatever reason, it doesn't send me the link to my email. I got to figure out what's going on with that because I'm not getting the link. So I haven't been able to watch a lot of the batching sessions that she's done. But I really want to watch them so that I can also get better at doing my own batching sessions and even better at doing my market research. So what I'm trying to focus right now, since I have a bit of fire under my belly to try to get my shop back, is to focus more on the content in Shauna's membership, as well as trying to get better at my market research. Man, Simply Shauna has really a great mind. When she shows us something, I'm like, damn it, I never thought of that. Like, that is such a good connection to bring it into this niche or whatever. So I want to get better at my market research. If I can even just get a few handful of designs that really do well, I think that alone could make my shop start to come back from where it was. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. Now, I love to end my videos with an inspirational quote. And I have to say, I love this calendar that I got for this year so that I can have out here. I actually got my quote or my phrase from the May month. It really spoke to me because I do feel like I'm failing right now in my shop. Seeing the trend in these last almost 3 months that it's just been going down, honestly, all I feel like the word that keeps popping up is failure. Felt like I had such a good run from 2003 that my shop popped up. And then last year seeing my shop increase every single month, and I believe it was September even doubling the month, that I just thought that if I kept doing similar things into this year that it would stay the same. But all things change and we need to adapt. So this quote actually just really spoke to me. The quote is, "Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Failure is not the enemy of success. Make mistakes, because that's where you will find success." I think it's very reminiscent even just to like our daily lives. Mistakes are how we learn and mistakes are how we grow. Do I know exactly all the mistakes that maybe I'm making in my shop? No. But I am willing to reflect and I am willing to look at myself and see where I can adjust and where I can change. And in our daily lives, the same goes for that. If we see something in our life that we don't like, or maybe even we see something in ourselves that we don't like, as long as we're open to looking at ourselves and to trying to make those changes, man, that's beautiful. That's growth. It's not always easy to really take a look at ourselves and see what can we do better or what can we make changes in. Even with my clients, like just even being vulnerable with yourself, let alone with other people, is hard. But when it comes to something so personal as it can be being yourself, your life, but also the business and the world, that the life that you're trying to build, sometimes it's just easier to blame the outside. Now, I'm not saying that the outside doesn't sometimes come into play. Our environment does affect us, and there are things that are out of our control that we just can't control. There are things that no matter how much we would like to change, those are outside factors that we just don't have any access to be able to change. So then I have to look at what can I change. If there's outside factors right now within the world and life and society that could be affecting Etsy in general or sales or anything, there very well could be things that are going on, but I have no control over it. So I need to look at what I do have control over. One thing that I do have control over is my mindset. I don't like, and I didn't like the way I was feeling in these last couple of months and just feeling down. I don't like to have what is called cognitive distortions or negative thoughts, and we all have the ability to struggle with it. And I was definitely struggling with how I felt about myself and about what was happening with my shop. I have control over my mindset and how I can change that. That's one thing that I have control over. The other thing that I have control over is always trying to improve what I'm putting into my shop. I need to always evolve and come up with new designs and be a part of new trends and things like that so that I can keep growing. Just like everything grows, trends come and go. And so I need to be able to focus on those things and make sure to pay attention and actually put things up as fast as I can so that I can be one of the first that's out there with these designs that are actually doing well and becoming bestsellers. I may not always have control over everything in my world, everything in my environment, but I do have control over what I'm doing with my shop. I can let it bring me down. I can let it affect my mood and affect just my overall sense of self or self-worth, or I can use it to grow. And that's what I want to do. I want to use it to grow. I want to use it to improve and to also accept life is not perfect. Success is not linear. It doesn't just continue to grow. There are dips and hills and valleys with anything that we try to do in life. It is never going to be 1000% perfect. And I need to accept it and I need to move forward. And maybe I end up developing an amazing way of doing research, or I end up finding something crazy amazing that ends up like blowing up my shop. Who knows? But maybe I wouldn't have gotten there if everything was just hunky-dory the entire time. Taking those moments of seeing that something isn't working, it forces me to look at myself. So that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to look at something, whether it's within your life or within Etsy, and see what is something that I can improve on. I think that it's also about being grateful. Yeah, my shop has gone down, but I'm grateful I still have a shop. Please, in the comment section, tell me something that you're grateful for. Let's change our mindset around, especially if any of us are struggling with how we're feeling, or maybe our Etsy shops aren't going exactly where we want them to go, or they're not getting there as fast. Let's forget about the negatives or what may not be necessarily the best things that are going on, and let's focus on something that we're grateful for. Let's really just look at what is it that I have that I am grateful for. And it doesn't have to be only geared towards Etsy. It could also be something that you're grateful for in your life. And honestly, I'm grateful that I even have a shop. I'm grateful that I even have this opportunity to build something like this. And so I'm also grateful for you guys. Never in a million years would I ever have thought that I would be making YouTube videos on here. It's not something that ever interested me. And so I'm grateful for the group that I have and for Simply Shauna and for having helped us build something like this. We've met so many amazing people from all different countries. It's crazy how many people actually even watch us and actually we care about each other. So I'm also grateful for all of you guys. Let's take a moment to truly just be grateful. If you guys haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, follow along with our journey, boop the like button if you enjoyed the content of this video. Make sure to join us next week for our next video. Also, we enjoyed our live, and we've enjoyed honestly all of our lives, but we really truly enjoyed our live last week. And Simply Shauna was saying we really should try to do a live every month. So I'm going to try to make sure that I get all 4 of us together. I don't think that we've done a live yet with all 4 of us. No, I think it was like me and Shauna, then me, Shay, and Mike. Shauna, Mike, and me. I think we were traveling, and then the one we just did. So I'm going to make sure that we set up a live every month so we can actually engage with you guys even more so. I love your questions. You guys come up with such amazing questions, and I love you guys sharing with us. So we're definitely going to be trying to do more lives for you guys, and it seems like you guys really enjoy it. So thank you for joining us for that. Okay guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me on this video. And please remember, failure is not the enemy of success. Until next time, bye guys.